Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If you're hearing my voice, you're in the right place. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. All right, 8 of Wands. I feel like you're somebody who's kind of like, you're bursting at the seams about something, you know? I feel like you got a lot of good ideas. I feel like you're somebody that when you get interested in something, I feel like you really dive into it quick. Yeah. I feel like you kind of get like you catch a fire, you know, and you're investigating the subject and you're researching it and you're diving into it and you're trying to begin everything as quickly as possible. Yeah. I think right now it might feel like life is starting to get a little faster. Maybe there is something that you feel very interested in, or maybe this is just the card that's saying like there's some kind of pressure inside of us that's like trying to get us going in some direction, and maybe we don't know which direction to go right now. Sometimes this card is the jazz hands, you know, that we feel an impulse to start moving, but we're not sure which way to go yet. Not sure which direction to take. It's like we want to do something, but haven't decided on what to do just yet. It could be kind of a different problem, though. It could be that you're being pulled in too many directions at once, and we can't do the thing that we really want to do. Okay? So let's put this card into a little bit of context and see if this is maybe a little bit of, I don't want to call it anxiety, but just a little bit of anxiousness or a little bit of anticipation. Yeah, let's find out. Yes, there's that Princess of Wands. We're ready to just start dancing. We're ready to do something. We need to move our bodies, you know. We have a 4 of Pentacles, which is a very safe and stable and secure place to be. And maybe it's basically Spirit's way of saying, look, your life is stable enough that you can explore, that you can go out and dance with the tiger a little bit, that you can take some risks and try some new things, because you have a very stable base underneath you. And there's your superpower card. There is the Chariot card for you. We have the 2 of Swords. We have the 7 of Pentacles. Over here we have the 7 of Swords, but the Ace of Pentacles. So with the 7 and the 7, it's kind of like, I'm not sure where to put my energy, that's all. We're feeling we're feeling fired up. It's like, I want to do something. I got all this energy just kind of, you know, swelling up inside of me, but I don't know where to put it. And I think that there's a little bit of scattered thoughts. There's a little bit of, you know, too many options kind of going on now. I think we need to pick one direction, pick a lane here, and we need to go forth. There's an 8 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles. So we are getting to work. I think that there is an opportunity for you to really put all of this, it's almost nervous energy, but it's very creative energy. It's very excited energy. There's an opportunity for you to put this into something new, a side hustle, a new activity, a new project, a new investment, a new path. Okay. Otherwise, I think you're going to start feeling a little bit of this kind of stagnation energy, because things have maybe started to feel too routine for you. The 4 of Pentacles is very good. Maybe it's too consistent, too boring. You know, it's the same habits, the same routines day after day. I think you're looking for something exciting. I think now's the time to, like, you know, to do something new. Not that's going to take you away or that's going to destabilize this. No, no. We don't have a 5 of pentacles. We have a 4, and we have an ace. Okay, so we're not really combining those, but we're saying, look, if I'm in a pretty good place, I want to go find something new. Or we're saying, hey, this 4 of pentacles is good, but it's not enough. I want more. Maybe this is your budget, and this is the side hustle. Or this is you going after the raise or the promotion, or, trying to level up your finances, or level up your fitness, routine or something like this. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is I guess that's the one. This is a factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right there with our little Tibetan prayer wheel right on top. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments right below the video. Now, as we look around the room here, we notice something very interesting. The only major arcana card is yours. It's this one. So I feel like you're a very determined person. You're on a very steady course in your life. You don't really like change. You're kind of staying in your lane, but something new is arriving for you. There is this energy of just like this pressure inside of you that wants to explore, that wants to do something new. We've got fire right here in your belly, that's just sort of concentrated fire. We got water out here. We've got air out here. We've got earth, and earth. Okay. So I do feel that there's your heart and your mind are just kind of saying, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should just stay here and try to just enjoy I don't want to call it boring, but we got an 8 of cups. So I feel like you're getting just a little bit kind of bored. It's like we just need to spice it up a little bit. Yeah. And maybe that's what's happening with the 8 of wands here. This is speed. This is movement, This is things are happening quickly, and it's it's keeping us awake, we get into the car and we get that, what do they call it, highway hypnosis. When things are just too smooth for too long, the road's too straight, it's starting to doze off here. Very dangerous. I think that this is something that is waking you up. This is something that makes you feel excited, and it, gets our blood pumping again. I think this is what we're looking for. We want things to speed up a little bit. We're looking for not a surprise necessarily, but we're looking for a little bit of excitement. We're looking for something to sort of happen. And I think something is happening. I think that you're getting a very wonderful opportunity for a little bit of not a detour necessarily, but just a little bit of maybe taking the scenic route, maybe going kind of a little bit off course to do a side project or an invitation to something that's completely unexpected, but just something to break up the monotony of life. Yeah. And this is very, very good. This is things are starting to happen more quickly. I feel like there are messages coming in, or there's invitations that are coming in. And this is a good energy for starting the new thing. It's a window of time here where you can launch the new thing. You can give the sales pitch. You can apply for the new thing. You can make the announcement. It's rapid movement. And I think that this is the acceleration of life that just kind of just wakes us up. We're getting a real green light here. And it may be that things have just been not slow necessarily, but when you're the movement, the change in momentum is what really keeps us aware and awake. And that's why the highway hypnosis is a thing, because the car's going the same speed, in the same direction, no bumps, no changes in speed, no changes in direction. And so we just kind of feel like we're not even moving. You know what I mean? It's just that kind of momentum. It's like when you're in a car, or you're on an airplane or something. It doesn't even feel like we're really doing anything. And we're traveling 300 miles an hour, but it doesn't really feel like we're moving. Until you get some turbulence, until, you start to change course, until we start to do some kind of tricks or something, some aerial acrobatics. So I feel like this is a good energy for doing something new, starting something that is exciting, using this window of time. It's kind of like if you're feeling kind of restless in life, yeah, let's explore that. Let's do something. Let's find out what's going to give you a little bit of this feeling of passion, some fresh energy in your life. Discover something new. Be curious about it without needing the full plan, though. Without needing a commitment, without needing to know the results of everything. We're taking a little bit of a risk. You've been craving excitement or craving change. Yeah. And we're going to react quickly when we feel this. We're not just going to let it linger and try to deny it, because then it's going to fade out. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's like when motivation hits you, we either use it or lose it. Because it's like a wave. It's going to pass, and then we'll just be like, nah, forget it. So when we're feeling this, it's like, okay, let's get up and let's do it. Let's try something new creatively or socially or spiritually. Let ourselves be the beginner of something and just enjoy that process. Express yourself. You're feeling motivated. Maybe this is like you want to express yourself. More color, more style, more drama. That's what we want, right? We want something kind of exciting now. Say yes to the invitations. Say yes to the fun and the enlivening experience. But don't commit long term. You don't have to commit long term. That's the beauty of this, is that it's safe. It's safe to say, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to try it. I'm going to do it and see what happens. If it doesn't work out, who cares? If it does, bully for me, you know. And so there shouldn't anyway be. I see that there is a little bit of this worry about like, well, what if it doesn't work out? Or what if it doesn't last? What if I'm not good at it? What if this is just a short-term thing? Yeah, who cares? The Eight of Wands is sometimes just a short-term thing that's just fun. It doesn't last very long. I feel like what's happening, though, is that you're going to follow this passion, and you're actually going to discover something that may work out. It has potential for long-term growth and long-term gains. But right now, it's just exploration. You don't have to commit, just explore. Let's play, let's experiment. And I think it's going to lead us to something that really can be very lucrative. This is something that you're finding in your life that you're saying, oh, okay, I want more of that. You know, you're discovering a passion, perhaps. And you're allowing yourself to play and take risks and experiment and be curious without needing a guarantee. You're exploring boldly. This is the season of try it and see. Okay? Try it and see. And down beneath the surface is, of course, that Four of Pentacles that we have. This is safety, security, and stability. This is already a foundation that you have of perhaps, income. This is your budget. This is your stability. This is the structure of your life now. This is stable finances, stable home, stable health. Okay? And of course, this is important. You got to keep the budget. The routine is very good. The boundaries, the schedule. Everything is being built up according to the blueprint. You're saving here and there. You're organizing. Those small daily moves really, really make a difference. Okay? And I think that this is you want stability. And I think you're feeling more stable in your life. But at the same time, we don't want to cling too tightly to this that we get scared to go and experiment. I feel like what this card is trying to tell you is that it's safe for you to go explore a little bit. You're not doing anything that's going to jeopardize this. You're not doing anything that's going to get yourself fired from your current job. So you can go and explore this other side project or this other job or, starting your own business or whatever it might be. Maybe it's not even anything financial. Maybe it's just you can do something creative. You can give yourself the time. You know what I mean? Because this is a particular schedule of your day. And then the extra time, if you have any, it doesn't have to be much, can be devoted to something that feels exciting. It feels liberating. It feels like maybe it just takes your mind off of the routine and the finances, the home, the health, all the kind of daily stuff. But what happens is that we're so busy taking care of the daily stuff that even when we have free time, as limited as that free time usually is for people, we end up worrying about the daily stuff. And so this fire energy is really telling you that, kind of saying like, look, you did your life, you did all the chores are fine. Go and do something exciting and fun, and don't worry about the chores, because they're fine and they'll be there tomorrow when you get back. It's no big deal. It's kind of giving ourselves permission to not be obsessively worried or anxious about the stability, but to use some of this energy that we have to explore something new that may really benefit us for, the future. Okay? We cling too tightly to this. And then this becomes the only thing that we know. And we got to let ourselves have some other interests. Okay? But this is a system that is supporting your well-being, and part of your well-being now is you got to get out and live life. You got to get out and explore a little bit. This feels like it's some relative security. Now, the problem is that we look at this card and we know that it's impermanent. Oh, I've got a good job. Yeah, my job's wonderful. Yeah, it's probably. It's not guaranteed to last forever. And I'm not trying to scare you. It's the nature of the pentacles, especially the 4 of anything, is a lesson in impermanence. And so it's kind of like saying, I've done my best that I could. I went to work. I did the very best job that I could do. And I clocked out. Okay. So when I get home, I don't need to just be thinking about the job, worrying about the job, dreaming about the job, worrying about tomorrow. No, I can say, you know what, I did my very best to make sure that this is still secure. And now I can do something that interests me or enriches me or enlivens me. Okay? And I think that this is the important the important addition to your life. Yeah. So this is stable. And this is safe. Okay? And the chariot in the background is your determination. It's you staying in that lane. It's you being loyal and dedicated and devoted to your path. And I think that this is showing a long history of you being very disciplined and making good decisions, steering your life in the right way, not deviating from the plan, and really making sure that you're taking care of business. Like there's momentum here, there's direction, you have your goals in life and you've committed to them. And I think that you've really been kind of pushing yourself a lot. And by that I mean like sticking to that straight and narrow path, whereas now the Princess of Wands wants to go dance with the tiger, wants to do something exciting. But there is this very structured chariot energy that is just kind of like, I don't want to deviate from my discipline or from my plan. Yeah. But I think right now what we need to do is we need to move. Something has been just kind of too consistent almost, too routine. We need to shake things up a little bit. We just need a little bit of that excitement. You've been a good driver of your life. You've been driving the chariot very, very well for a long time. And now I kind of feel like you deserve a little bit of again, not a detour, but you deserve to to go see the sights. You deserve something exciting, something fun. And something maybe more passionate, or something that deviates a little bit from that straight and narrow thing. You deserve to stray outside of your lane a little bit, you know what I mean? You deserve a little bit of a distraction, perhaps. Because you've been very determined. And I think that you have a great discipline about you. And the Two of Swords is the thought process It's part of our choice. It's part of us really realizing that what we need is the correct balance in our lives, because we think of this energy, this discipline, and this determination and this sense of direction in your life and the routine of life going in this direction consistently is kind of building up a little bit of this anxious pressure inside of you. And I think that, it's kind of building here like this under the surface, because there's some tension. There's something that kind of, we want to do something different. And I think if we don't express this using this Princess of Wands, right? The Princess of Wands will act as a relief valve. Princess of Wands pushes the relief valve button, and some of that pressure dissipates, and we do something else for a while, and we have some fun, and we kind of let loose. Otherwise, this pressure under the surface is going to eventually erupt, and I bet you this might be the tower, because we don't want to get a tower in this case, right? We don't want to blow up the life that we have, that we're currently doing. But I think that if we don't find some way to relieve some of this pressure, release some of that pressure, then it's building up under the surface, and we're going to reach a point where we just kind of break down from too much consistency. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like we really need, in this case, we need the Two of Swords, because we're trying to make the decision that's going to keep us kind of whole. It's going to keep us, balanced. Yeah. Because right now there's an imbalance. All work and no play. Makes Cancer a little bit frustrated. And I think that this is making a decision. It's kind of like we have to decide for ourselves. It's like, for my own peace of mind, for my own health and well-being, I've got to make a decision. I've got to schedule in a little bit of free time, a little bit of passion, a little bit of excitement. It's kind of we're admitting that, and we're saying, I need that. Because you've been pushing yourself. You've been working very hard and very consistent for a long time, and you deserve to do something nice for yourself. You deserve to do something fun. Take the vacation, take the weekend, take the day, go out to eat, get the coffee, travel, spend time with people, buy your, start that hobby that you've always wanted to start. You always wanted to start painting or something, right? But maybe we've always decided against it because, well, that's not productive. I can spend that time doing something like around the house, fixing things, doing chores. I don't want to spend the money. It's kind of like, I don't have the time for that right now. The resources aren't there. This is kind of like you're giving yourself permission now to do that. You're making the decision that, for my well-being, for the sake of this entire journey of life, you want to stay on the road. You want to stay in your lane and get to your destination. And in order to do that, sometimes you got to pull over, you got to stretch, you got to get out of the car, you got to run around, you got to have some fun, you got to see something cool and have some excitement, and then you get back in the car and you keep going. And this is, you realize that we have to give ourselves permission to do that, okay? To protect your path that you're on now. The decision is being made to explore something new. Okay? Change equals stability. And this is us realizing, okay, I need something. Some kind of an outlet. An outlet. The Seven of Pentacles in the future position is intentional, because it's telling you that you should choose something that doesn't necessarily have a practical purpose to it. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll start learning plumbing. I'll take some plumbing classes. That's what I'll do. That'll be exciting, because then I can fix the house when the plumbing breaks down, when the pipes freeze, when the toilet stops working. That's too practical. You don't want to think of this pragmatically at all. Do something that doesn't really have an obvious practical or utilitarian or even financial benefit to it. You know what I mean? Start reading tarot cards. Start painting or something, and not with the intention of selling your paintings. Not with the intention of, any kind of practical, like I said, or utilitarian result. That's why we have the Seven of Pentacles in this future position. The way forward is to do something that isn't going to pay you, to do something that you're not doing for the money or for any practical reason. Okay? Because I think that you're someone like me who gets stuck in this mode of like everything has to have a purpose. Everything I do in a day, there has to be like, I got it, it's a list of chores basically, right? And I do that because there's a practical reason for it. There's a purpose behind it, and I'm solving a problem, or I'm fixing something, or I'm investing in something that has a very obvious and tangible return on that investment. This is an energetic investment that is paying you, I think, in spiritual like relief. Okay, so the way forward, very important. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. The readings are totally free. It's a great way to support the channel, and I really do appreciate that. Okay, so if we could all take a moment and just hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, do the hype thing, whatever you got, okay? Your general energy, Cancer, is the Seven of Swords, because it's a mind that has a difficult, and I think right now this is very, very important, because it's saying that even in this very focused and dedicated and disciplined work that you do in life, whatever it might be, you're goal-oriented, you're driving toward that goal, your mind's starting to get distracted. It's getting more and more difficult for you to concentrate on just driving the car straight ahead, get to the goal. It's very obvious that there's a mental fatigue happening. And so it really is, it's time, Your thoughts are starting to get kind of scattered. It's getting harder to concentrate. Other things are starting to it's obvious that you need a break. You need to do something else to unwind. You've been thinking about this for too long. Okay? And so to me, I feel like this is a lot of other pathways that are starting to seem very appealing to us. And I think, this is that time where we're so mentally fatigued that we're going to end up making a mistake, And I think we need to take this as a sign that says, okay, maybe you've been experiencing a little bit of not confusion, but just a little bit of I just feel tired mentally, and I'm forgetting things here and there, and I'm mixing up words a little bit, or it feels like our thoughts are coming a little bit slower, or we're finding it more challenging to concentrate on the work that we're doing. Barring any kind of medical thing, this is just like that spiritual exhaustion, mentally and emotionally fatigued. And I think instead of driving the car in the wrong direction and making a wrong turn in life, I think we need to take it as a sign, and we need to do something different, do something to unwind, do something to just ease the tension, I think, mentally. Yeah. And I think that sometimes the thought of that, it's difficult for you to choose that for yourself, because you're looking at the seven and the seven, and you're thinking there's no practical reason. If I go and do something just fun and exciting, and I follow my passion now, it's just going to cost money. It's just going to take time away from what I should be doing over here, working and building up the finances or whatever it is. And so you kind of think of it as you think of the futility of it. Yeah. And so I think that this is kind of like we're having a difficult time giving ourselves permission to deviate from that discipline and that course that we're on. But I think we need to. I think it's important, especially with that Eight of Cups that we see. But the Ace now in the environment, the Ace in the relationships, this is a new beginning. This is a ticket to ride. Okay, this is a gift of an entrance somewhere for you. It's an opportunity. It's a seed. And this may have to do with health or work or home or something physical. This is an opportunity for you to start something new because it's interesting, fire and earth. Not worried about what it's going to become, not thinking of there's a goal here. It's not a utility. It's not, there's no end goal in mind. It's just I want to do it because it's interesting. I want to do it because it's fun. I want to do it because it's exciting and it's kind of waking me up a little bit and it's going to refresh my soul here. So the ace could be a relationship. It could be just like a little side project. And we were just talking about it being like a side hustle or something like that. And yeah, maybe, but not going into it thinking, I have to do this. This has to make money. I need the cash from this. No, just doing it if it doesn't feel exciting and if it doesn't interest you, if you don't feel like you have a natural attraction to it, don't do it. It has to be something that feels fun, feels good. And I do think that it's going to lead to something more, but that's not why we're doing it. Okay? So I think that this can be anything. It can be painting. It can be you're going to start a YouTube channel. It could be that you're going to start a blog, or you're going to start, I don't know, making music or whatever it is. You're doing it because you like it and you have a natural interest in it. It's kind of like Spirit's telling you to start a hobby. You got to find something to do other than what you have, what you do for work or whatever the central kind of thing is. Okay? Because of the Eight of Cups, really, this is emotional burnout. And we're getting close to it mentally and emotionally. I think we're starting to burn out on this disciplined, consistent, routine path that you're on. It's starting to feel just a little bit too much. Okay? And with the Eight of Cups, we don't want to walk away from what we're doing. We want to find a way to sort of recognize that, okay, mentally and emotionally, I need something else. And see, we have that here. The heart and the mind are obviously in need of something new. Not to replace this, but to make this more secure and more stable. You got to start that hobby. You got to take that trip, go on that vacation, go shopping, go hang out with your friends, whatever that might be. To me, it feels like it's a new hobby, but you might have other ideas. But the point is, it's something that's going to stir up your heart a little bit, because you know what else is not in the reading, I guess I should say. We don't have a lot of water. We have some water that's feeling pretty stagnant right now. We don't have any good, fresh kind of water here. Maybe the mystery card, if we're lucky, will be an Ace of Cups. Because the Eight of Cups is really that kind of exhaustion, where we're just kind of losing interest in doing this. It's not fun anymore. Doing this is not exciting. And you know what it's not supposed to be? You're building wealth, you're building a future, you're driving on down the road, and consistency here is key. The problem is when we really start to feel bored with it, and we start to feel like it's just kind of not going anywhere, we don't feel the movement, we're on the edge of this whole thing collapsing. So to prevent that, we're going to pick up something else that we can do that's going to satisfy that need and that desire for excitement and for, dancing with the tiger, Maybe it's dancing, that could be something. But it's going to be very good for you, and I think that it is something that's going to involve your physical body. The Three of Pentacles is kind of suggesting that it's something you might do with other people, and suggesting that it's something that you if you wanted to, if you really like it, you can keep doing it, and you'll get better at it. And it's going to give you a return on your investment, maybe not financially, but you never know. Depends on what it is. It's going to benefit you in some way. Whether this is, a physical benefit or a financial benefit, it's something that could expand into something more. You could keep doing it. Okay. And it's skill. You're going to get better at it the more you do it. Okay. You're putting in the work on something new. And I think it's helping you to stay disciplined and consistent in your life. And it may feel like it's a lapse in discipline, because you're deviating from your very strict plan, your very strict budget. Sometimes you have to. Otherwise, that whole budget is just going to the tension is going to build up to where it just snaps. So we need that relief valve. And that's what we've got here. Let's look at the mystery card. This is either an Ace of Cups or it's a Tower card. If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments. Three of Swords. Three of Swords might as well be a Tower, because this is the heart and the mind that are just skewered now. If we don't do something now to lift our spirits, we're going to crash and burn. We're going to become emotionally fatigued, mentally fatigued, physically fatigued, and we're going to get off of this very steady and stable course that you're on. This is heartbreak. It's kind of saying it doesn't matter how much progress you're making on this road, you're not going to be enjoying it. We don't want the Three of Swords. We want the Three of Cups. We want joy. We want excitement. We want celebration, not mourning, not grief. We want jubilation and delight, not sorrow and heartbreak. Okay? So we've got to do something now that's going to, and maybe this is involving, again, like I said, it's something that I feel like you're going to do with other people. So I feel like that's really what we need, is kind of this idea of like, I'm not alone on this journey. It's like you've been driving the car for so long that mentally and emotionally you're exhausted. And it's like you just want the person next to you to start talking to you, and like, maybe we'll play a game, maybe we'll sing a song. We'll make it more exciting, So I feel like this is something that you should be doing in a social context. Okay? Now what we're going to do is the extended reading. Please click on the link in the corner or the link in the video description. Cancer, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.